Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Starting to get a little bit more on the mend now, so hopefully we can start catching up on all the videos we wanted to get out and get back and to our normal schedule for the channel. But in today's video, we are going to check out the War Scrolls for Dominaton's Stormcoven and Ephelim's Pandemonium, the brand new two warbands that came out in the Grim Hollow box set for Warhammer Underworlds. This is the bunch of Knight Incantors and the cool Tzeentch Sorcerer with all his amazing looking minions. Now, with this, we're going to go through both of their two new War Scrolls. If you don't know how to find these War Scrolls, then you simply go to the Downloads tab here, FAQ Downloads on Warhammer Community, go to Downloads, swipe across to Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and this will have all the rules for these warbands free to download. You can see Grisel's Arena there, obviously the Askogan Trueblades, Gag's Karanax, the Warcry ones there as well, but we're going to be looking at Dominaton's Stormcoven and Ephelim's Pandemonium today. And so, Dominaton's Stormcoven, they are not a hero, so it is 3 Knight Incantors with 4 wounds each and a 3-up save. So that's going to be 12 wounds on a 3-up save. They are 275 points. Now, they are Hammers of Sigmar locked, as you would expect. That's their colour, that's their name. Now, they do have the core ability where if they've got 2 or more models in the unit, they are a 2-cast and 2-unbind wizard. If there's only 1 model in the unit, they revert to that 1-cast, 1-unbind. So it does mean they need to take 6 wounds to be knocked down to the 1 model. 8 wounds to be knocked down to the 1 model in the unit to be a 1-cast, which is pretty cool. You've got Azerite Bolts and Valedictor Weapons. This is for all 3 of the different profiles and all 3 of the different characters in there. Domatan, Solomon the Earnest Toysey, and Sarpon the Cyclone. So Azerite Bolts, 18-inch, 2 attacks, 3s, 4s, Ren 1, damage D3. Putting out 6 attacks for the unit at damage D3, not too shabby. And the melee weapons, 3 attacks, 3s and 4s, rend 1, damage D3. So putting out 9 attacks there. In all honesty, not a bad amount of damage. The 4s to wound do hurt though. Now, that's some cool rules. First of all, gather the ether. At the start of each battle round, the unit is not on the battlefield after determining who has the first turn, but before the first turn begins, you can pick 1 large battlefield quarter, and that battlefield quarter will become ether charged until the end of the battle round. The Scouring Arcs, you add 1 to hit rolls for the unit if they're wholly within the Ether Charged Cable Quarter. And then Ether Shock, you can only attempt to cast a spell if they're in the Ether Quarter. And has a casting value of 8. You pick 1 unit within the Ether Charged Battlefield Quarter that's visible. If you picked a friendly unit, the Strike First effect applies to them. If you picked an enemy unit, the Strike Last effect applies. It's not a bad spell in all honesty. It does require some setup and does require you to be picking table quarters to do. But I don't think it's a bad spell, and table quarters are large areas. This can be pretty good. I think maybe they are a little bit pricey. If they were closer to like the 220 point region, I think we'd be looking at a lot more sort of talk about them. 275, maybe a little bit pricey, but I definitely don't think it's an awful scroll. I think it's probably cost here is my biggest issue. Hammers of Sigmar is not the worst Sigmar subfaction to be locked in. This obviously means they are going to get that 6-up ward near objectives, which can be pretty useful. I don't think they're a bad scroll. I think this is decent, if a little overcosted. The other one is Ephelim and his Pandemonium. Now, Ephelim himself, 5 wounds, 6+ save. It has the Wizard, and it has both the Demon and... no, it's just got the Demon keyword. So this is effectively one of the Gaunt Summoner's little minions. It's a 1-cast, 1-unbind, Keeper of the Pandemonium, once per turn in your hero phase. You can say that Ephelim will summon their abominations, and if you do so, this unit can't cast any spells, but he can effectively bring back D3 of his little Pandemonium buddies. And then at the start of the hero phase, you can say Ephelim will siphon their abominations. If you do so, you pick a friendly Ephelim's Pandemonium, and you kill D3 models in that unit, but you gain +2 to your casting rolls. You don't have a spell called Sudden Warp Portal, where it has a casting value of 8. So realistically, a 6 if you are going to do the bonus here. And you pick 1 Disciple of Tzeentch unit, wholly within range and visible to the caster, within 6-inch of an objective and more than 3-inch from all enemy units. You remove that unit from the battlefield and set up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9-inch from all enemy units and within 6-inch of an objective. Units set up in this way cannot move in the following movement phase. Now, this is situational, but a teleport spell is definitely a useful one to have in Tzeentch. It's not something I actually have access to. And so I don't think it's a particularly bad spell. This is really great late game if you're like, cool, I just don't have the reach to get this with my opponent. This is a particularly good late game spell where you've kept Nephilim and his Pandemonium alive. Use this late game, you jump a unit from your table quarter to your opponents where they're having to maybe push up. It's an interesting spell, I think. He's also got some D3 damage attacks in him. Nothing too crazy, though. And then we've got the Pandemonium, where you subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks that target unit while the whole within 6 inches of Nephilim the Unknowable. They've got, a bunch of random attacks in there. They're really nothing to write home about. They're there pretty much to sacrifice for Nephilim. I think his spell has some use. It is a little bit hard to use, but definitely I think that late game use of it is where it's really going to come in. 190, once again, I think like the Stormcast, I think maybe if he was more like 150, because his spell is very, very situational and does require probably late game usage. I think, 150, you're probably looking at this guy, or even 160, you're probably looking at a lot more use for it. Or maybe if it just doesn't have to be on your objective. If the spell was, you can teleport a unit onto objectives, would be much better. But the fact it has to be one of your objective holders onto another objective is a bit harder. But it could be interesting, because this could be his own little Pandemonium as well, or could be himself. Which is really interesting. I think that's the interesting part of this, is where Nephilim uses this on himself or his Pandemonium to do this. Him using this on himself is actually quite nice. Obviously, if you've already got another friendly battle line unit there, oh no, you won't be a Gallivek because he's a named character, but you will still get the -1 to hit from Lookout Sir. So, interesting stuff. What do you think of these two War Scrolls though? I'd love to know your thoughts on them. I do think probably out of the two, Nephilim definitely provides something that is lacking from Tzeentch, though very situationally spell. I think the Stormcast one generally is just overcosted, but is pretty good and has a lot more use. So what do you think of the two? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. Also, if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Cinderful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so by one of the following ways, either by going to our Patreon or YouTube members, which are linked down in the video's description, grabbing yourself some merch from Teespring or Ko-fi stores, also linked down in the video's description, or by helping us by purchasing something through one of our channel sponsors with our discount codes, again, linked in the video's description. Now, as a special thank you to all our supporters, we'd like to give a shout out to all our Patrons and YouTube members. So thank you to our Patrons, Christian Weir, Soren, Candy Lyle, Alderan Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Cure Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Dovemere, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Redmine, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny 84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty Tabletop Terrain, Davis Weird, James Tillman, Gargamel196, Disco, and John Castle. A special thanks as well to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and indeed to everyone who helps not only run our Discord, the Facebook groups we run as well, but also comes, joins, and plays in the games on the channel that you see as well. Thank you all once again for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.